There are certain dates that don't just mark a spot on the calendar. They vibrate with something else, something deeper. August 30th, 2025 is one of those dates. I know you can already feel it, the way the world has been shifting, the way the signs have been multiplying, and I'm not here to entertain you with simple stories. No, tonight I am here to share with you something that has been whispered in hidden circles, something that many would prefer to keep silent. Because when a date carries weight in heaven, it always echoes on earth. But before I go further, let me ask you something, straight from the heart. Do you believe that heaven still speaks to us? That Mary, the Mother of Light, still leaves her signs for those who dare to listen? If your answer is yes, then I want you to write Amen in the comments right now. If your heart feels it but your mind still doubts, I want you to comment the name of your state or your country. Let the world know where you are standing when this message reaches you, because this is not just about listening, it's about creating a wave of faith that no algorithm, no darkness, and no system can silence. Now, I need you to picture this. Imagine you're walking through your town on a quiet night. The streetlights are glowing faintly, the wind is cool, and the stars seem to be closer than usual. Everything looks normal, and yet deep inside you feel like something is about to break through. That sensation of waiting, like the whole sky is holding its breath. That's the same feeling that countless souls have reported when they spoke about August 30th. They didn't know why, they didn't know how, but they knew that something was going to shift. And friend, I don't believe in coincidences. This is not just another date. August 30th, 2025 has been mentioned in whispers by those who watch the heavens. It has appeared in private revelations, in visions that some tried to dismiss, in prayers that ended with tears, and every time the same chills, the same urgency. But before I unfold what has been hidden, you need to stay with me, because there's something much bigger at play here than a simple prediction. I want to take you back for a moment. Remember Fatima in 1917. The sun danced before thousands of eyes. Children saw visions they could not have invented. People trembled, not knowing if the world was about to end. That's the kind of weight heaven's messages carry. They don't ask you if you're ready. They don't wait until you've had dinner or finished your workday. They come crashing in. And August 30 is not about fear, it's about awakening. Now let me ask you again, do you feel it? Do you sense that these words are not mine, but are carried by something higher? If you do, comment, yes, I feel it right now. Don't be shy. These little acts, writing, sharing, speaking, are ways of showing heaven you are awake. And the more you do it, the more light we spread together. Because here is something I've learned. When a message like this is shared, it's never meant for just one person. It's meant for a chain of souls. Maybe you're the link that will carry this to someone in your family who has been drifting. Maybe your comment, your amen, will appear on the screen of someone who needed one last push to believe again. So never underestimate your participation here. You are not passive. You are part of the unfolding prophecy. And while I could just come here and tell you everything right away, that's not how truth works. If heaven itself reveals slowly, through signs, through whispers, through moments of grace, then who am I to rush? No. Tonight, we will walk together step by step. You will feel the tension building, like climbing a mountain and knowing that once we reach the top, the view will take your breath away. But for now, we climb together. I want you to close your eyes even for a second and think of where you were on August 30th of past years. Maybe nothing special happened. Maybe it was just another ordinary day. But I promise you, after today, you will never look at that date the same way again. Heaven doesn't pick dates randomly. When the clock strikes, it does so with precision. And this time, it has something prepared. Now, I will not reveal everything yet, because there's power in the waiting. There's purification in the tension. But let me give you a taste. Those who have seen glimpses of August 30th, 2025, speak of light and fire together. They speak of silence that breaks into thunder. And they speak of Mary, standing not far from us, closer than ever. I know that even these hints are enough to stir your heart. But hold on. Don't let go. We are only beginning this journey. Comment below. I am holding on. Because yes, I want to know you're still with me. But more than that, I want you to declare it out loud, in public, before God, before Mary, before anyone who may scroll past this video. Say it, write it, be counted. And here's something else. I want you to share this, because what if this is the video that wakes someone up? What if this is the video that saves someone from giving up? Don't just watch, be the messenger. The prophecy of August 30 is not just information, it's an invitation. revelation. So stay with me, because as much as you may want me to spill the secret right now, you already know that the most powerful truths never come instantly. They come with weight, with anticipation. And when I finally reveal what August 30th, 2025 truly holds, you will understand why heaven wanted you to prepare like this. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out, feel it. The date is approaching, and the signs, they are everywhere. Have you ever noticed how some days carry a strange energy even before they arrive? You look at the calendar and the number stares back at you. Maybe you can't explain it logically, but your spirit knows. That's exactly what has been happening with August 30th, 2025. Long before the newspapers write about it, long before the world pretends to understand, those who are tuned in spiritually have already been feeling it. A ripple, a vibration, like the calm before a storm that you know is not just about weather, it's about heaven breaking into history once more. And I need you to stay awake with me, because if you're here, it's not by accident. You could have scrolled past, you could have watched something else, but instead you're here with me right now. That means there's a reason. So don't just sit quietly. Write something in the comments, even if it's just amen, even if it's just the name of your state, California, Texas, Florida, New York. Wherever you are, leave your mark. Because when you write, you anchor yourself in this moment. You're not just a listener, you're part of a chain of witnesses, and let me tell you, heaven notices. Now, I know the temptation. You want the revelation. You want me to just drop it all on you right now. But here's the truth. The most sacred messages aren't bombs thrown into your lap. They're treasures uncovered slowly, layer by layer, so that by the time you reach the core, your heart is ready to receive it. That's why the saints spent years in silence before one vision, why the prophets endured nights of prayer before one word. Heaven trains our patience, because only then do we hold the weight of what it gives. Think about the last time something shook you deeply. Was it a headline? Was it a personal loss? Was it a moment when you felt the presence of God in such a way that your skin trembled? That's the kind of weight August 30 carries. And you're going to understand more soon, but for now, feel the mystery. Don't run away from the tension. Embrace it. Let me tell you a story. A woman once wrote to me after listening to one of these messages. She said she was skeptical. She thought this was just another video on the internet. But she decided, against her better judgment, to comment, "Amen." Just one word. She didn't expect anything, but that night she had a dream so vivid that she woke up crying. In the dream, she saw a white veil, a hand reaching out, and a voice telling her, "Do not fear, because I am near." She said she knew instantly it was Mary, and that one word, that one little action of typing Amen, opened her heart to receive what she had been blocking for years. That's why I'm telling you, don't underestimate this. Write, comment, share. The simple act of pressing those keys might be the door to something bigger. And if you're still watching, you already know this isn't entertainment. This is preparation. Because on August 30th, 2025, something is going to move. It may not be televised, it may not trend on social media, but the Spirit will know, and those who are awake will recognize it. Now listen carefully. There have been whispers about this date. Not loud shouts, not newspapers, but whispers, like the ones that carried the secrets of Fatima before they exploded in front of thousands. Whispers that mention fire and silence. Whispers that mention a veil being torn. Whispers that connect Mary to a new act of purification. But here's the thing. Whispers are only heard by those who lean in. If you're leaning in right now, if you're giving me your focus, then you're already part of the few who are preparing. Don't let go. Because once we reveal what's hidden, you'll remember these moments of waiting as sacred. I want you to do something. Look around the room where you are right now. Notice the details, the walls, the furniture, the light. Now imagine for a second that everything looks the same, but something invisible has shifted. That's how it will feel on August 30th for those who are not prepared. They'll sense something strange, but won't be able to name it, and yet you will know. Because you chose to listen, you chose to prepare, you chose to write amen, you chose to declare where you're from. And let me remind you, the Virgin has always chosen the humble, the ordinary, the forgotten to carry the greatest messages. She never needed palaces. She appeared to children in Fatima, to a peasant in Guadalupe, to souls who had nothing but faith. So don't ever think you're too small to be part of this. You are exactly the kind of soul she would choose. So here's my challenge for you. Comment below right now, "Mary, I am ready. Declare it. Don't let this be another video you watch and forget. Let it be a line you cross, a declaration you make, so that heaven knows where you stand when August 30 comes. And stay close, because I'm telling you, the secret of this prophecy is heavier than most can handle in one breath. But I promise you, when I reveal it, it will not just be information, it will be transformation. The date is coming. The air is heavy with it, and the silence before the revelation is already part of the prophecy itself. Have you ever felt the strange weight of time, as if the days weren't just numbers on a calendar, but steps towards something bigger, something written long before you and I were even born? That's exactly what August 30th, 2025 feels like. It's not just a date, it's a doorway, and the closer we get, the more the air thickens, the more the spirit inside us whispers, pay attention. And let me pause here for just a second. If you're still watching, it means you're not here by accident. You're meant to hear this. So I want you to prove it, not to me, but to yourself. Write in the comments right now the word amen, just that. Or tell me where you're watching from. Say New York, Chicago, Texas, California, Florida, wherever you are. Because your comment isn't just a comment, it's a testimony. It's you standing in the open saying, I am awake, I am part of this. And every testimony matters, because heaven sees every single one. Now, imagine being one of the shepherd children in Fatima in 1917. Imagine standing in a field, ordinary, barefoot, without power, without money, and suddenly heaven tears through the sky and gives you a message that shakes the world. They didn't expect it. They weren't ready, but their hearts were open. That's the difference. August 30th, 2025 is not about who you are in the eyes of the world. It's about whether your heart is open when the whisper becomes a thunder. There's a mystery in waiting. It's uncomfortable, isn't it? You want the answer now. You want me to tell you the prophecy. But what if the waiting is part of the prophecy itself? What if the silence before the storm is the first sign? Haven't you felt it? That strange restlessness, the sense that something is shifting even though life looks the same? That's no coincidence. That's your spirit tuning in. I'll tell you this. Those who laugh at these things will not laugh on August 30th. Those who shrug and say it's just another day will find themselves unsettled when the weight hits. And you will not be surprised, because you chose to listen, because you chose to prepare, because you chose to say amen. Let me share another story. A man from Georgia once told me that he never commented on videos. He didn't believe it mattered. But one night he felt pushed, almost like a hand on his back, to type the word faith. That same night his daughter, who had been estranged from him for years, called him out of the blue. She said she didn't know why, but she felt like she needed to hear his voice. He told me, I realized it wasn't coincidence. Heaven was aligning things. And he swore that his one little comment was the act that opened the door. So let me ask you again, what's stopping you from writing one word right now? Amen, faith, ready, your state, your country. Don't stay silent, because silence may be safe, but it's also empty. And August 30th is about breaking the silence. Now picture this. Across America, from the tallest skyscrapers of New York to the quiet fields of Kansas, from the beaches of California to the mountains of Colorado, people will wake up on August 30th, 2025, and they won't know why they feel the way they do. The morning sun will rise the same. The routines will continue, but inside something will stir. The few who prepared will recognize it. The many who ignored will dismiss it, but all will feel it. Do you see now why we cannot rush? Why we must prepare every fiber of our spirit to hold what is coming? Because when the veil lifts, it will not just touch your mind, it will pierce your heart. And if your heart is not ready, the weight may crush instead of lift. That's why I keep insisting, don't just watch passively. Write something, engage, say, Mary, I'm ready, because your voice joins thousands of others, and together we form a chorus that says to heaven, we are not asleep. And here's something few realize. Every great revelation in history began with a handful of believers. Guadalupe began with Juan Diego. Lourdes began with Bernadette. Fatima began with 3 children. What if August 30 begins with us? Right here, right now, you and me, connected across screens, but united in spirit. Do you see the power in that? So don't let go. Don't step away. Don't think this is just another video. It's not. It's part of the unfolding. And when the moment comes to reveal what has been hidden, you will remember these minutes as sacred ground, because the prophecy of August 30th, 2025 is not far away. It's breathing down our necks. And soon, very soon, the veil will rip wide open. Have you ever noticed how the nights feel different lately? quietly, as if the silence itself is louder, as if the air carries whispers you can't quite explain. Some people call it anxiety, others call it coincidence, but deep down you and I know better. These are not random feelings, they are signals. They are the pulse of heaven pressing closer and closer to our reality. And August 30th, 2025, that's the day when all these whispers collide. Now don't scroll, don't look away, because if you're here, it's because the Virgin chose for you to hear this message. And if you believe that's true, I want you to write it in the comments. I believe. Nothing more, nothing less. Or type the name of your state, Texas, Florida, Ohio, California, because I want to see how far this family reaches. The more you comment, the stronger the chain of faith becomes. And trust me, this chain is what will hold us together when the storm hits. Think about it. Every prophecy ever revealed was ignored at first. Noah built his ark while everyone laughed. The children of Fatima were mocked until the miracle of the sun proved them right. Warnings are always dismissed until it's too late. And August 30 will be no different, except for you, because you are hearing this ahead of time. You have the chance to prepare your heart before the world even knows what's coming. But preparation isn't just stocking up on food or candles, though maybe that has its place. The real preparation is in the soul. It's in the way you speak, the way you forgive, the way you pray. And maybe the most important part, it's in the way you declare your faith publicly, even if it's just typing amen under a video. Because that small act is you saying, I'm not hiding anymore. Let me tell you something a woman from California once shared with me. She said she was too shy to ever leave a comment. She thought, what does my little voice matter? But then one night she felt this urgency, this push in her chest to type just one word, hope. And the next morning she received an email she'd been waiting for months, the kind that opened a new path in her life. She told me through tears, I realized that obedience, even in something as small as a comment, can open the doors of heaven. Do you see it now? Every little action connects. Every word is recorded. Every step builds into something greater. And on August 30th, those who dared to act, to speak, to stand, will see with their own eyes why it mattered. But let me also give you this warning. Don't assume the day will arrive with fanfare and fireworks. Heaven doesn't need drama. Sometimes the most powerful things come wrapped in silence. A sunrise that feels heavier, a breeze that carries a weight, a thought that won't leave your mind. That's how heaven speaks, subtle enough that only those paying attention will catch it. So when August 30 comes, the majority will go about their lives. Coffee, traffic, routines. But those who have listened will know. They'll feel the difference in the air. They'll sense the veil trembling. And maybe they'll remember this very moment, sitting here watching this video, wondering if it was all coincidence, and realizing it was not. That's why I'm telling you, don't just be a spectator. Become part of this. Write ready in the comments. Say where you're from. Say amen. Because the more you declare it, the more you tune your soul to receive what's coming. And let me tell you this, the prophecy tied to August 30th, 2025 is not a rumor. It's not a fantasy. It's real. And the Virgin has whispered it for those with ears to hear. The time is closer than anyone thinks. And when it comes, the world will split into two. Those who ignored and those who prepared. Which side will you be on? Have you ever felt that life is holding its breath, as if all creation pauses for a heartbeat before something great unfolds? That's what August 30th, 2025 feels like. Not just another date, not just another Saturday on the calendar, but a cosmic pause. A moment when the veil between heaven and earth thins just enough for those who are awake to sense it. And let me ask you, are you awake? Because if you are, I want you to show it. Type awake in the comments right now. Or say, I'm ready. Or even just drop an amen. Because when you write, you declare. And when you declare, you align yourself with the prophecy that is unfolding. Don't stay silent. Silence is what the world wants. Heaven wants your voice. Think of how many prophecies were lost because people didn't speak. Think of the secrets that vanished because someone was too afraid to write them down. But you can be part of this chain that carries truth forward. By commenting, by sharing, by saying one word of faith, you keep the light alive. Now let's step back in time. Imagine August 29th, the day before it all unfolds. The sun sets, the night is quiet. People go to bed thinking tomorrow will be ordinary. But in the unseen world, preparations are complete. Angels are standing in position. The scroll of destiny is ready to be opened. The silence before the thunder is already vibrating in the heavens. And those who have been paying attention, those who typed Amen, those who declared their faith, they will not be taken by surprise. Because the truth is, heaven always warns before it acts. Always. Fatima, Lourdes, Guadalupe, they were all warnings wrapped in mercy. And August 30th is the same. A warning, yes, but also an invitation. An invitation to turn back, to pray, to believe, to say, I am here, Lord, and I am not afraid. But here's the twist. Not everyone will see it. Some will dismiss it. Others will laugh. Some will say it's just fear-mongering. But those who mock the voice of heaven are always the first to tremble when the ground shakes. And the ground will shake, not just beneath our feet, but inside our souls. So I ask you, what do you feel when you hear these words? Is your heart racing? Do you feel chills on your skin? Do you sense something stirring inside of you? If yes, that is not coincidence. That is confirmation. The Spirit is touching you right now. And if you feel it, write it. Say, I feel it in the comments. Because every time you acknowledge what you feel, you give permission for heaven to pour more into you. And let's be clear, this isn't about fear. This isn't about panic. This is about being chosen. If you're here, you're chosen. You could be watching anything right now, but you're here. And that means you are part of a remnant being awakened for what is to come. Picture this. America's cities waking up on August 30th. New York, Los Angeles, Houston, Miami, Chicago. Millions walking into the day unaware that heaven is moving above their heads. And scattered among them, a handful of souls like you who know, who feel it, who whisper Amen under their breath as they pour their morning coffee, because they sense it's not just another morning. That handful is who heaven works with, the faithful few, the ones who comment, the ones who believe, the ones who wait with open hearts. And when the sign arrives, the faithful will not be paralyzed, they will be ready. So let me challenge you, don't just listen, act, write Amen or the name of your state below, because every single comment is a declaration, and declarations move heaven. August 30th, 2025 is closer than we think. The mystery is tightening, the veil is trembling, and soon, very soon, the prophecy will unfold. There's something about waiting that tests the human soul. Waiting is not passive, it's heavy. It stretches your faith, it pulls at your patience, it whispers doubts in your mind. And yet, every great promise, every revelation from heaven has always required waiting. Abraham waited, the prophets waited, even the disciples waited in the upper room for the Spirit to descend. And now, we wait for August 30th, 2025. But let me tell you this, waiting is not empty. Every day we move closer to that date. The atmosphere grows thicker, the spiritual air gets heavier, as if heaven itself is bending closer. Have you felt it? Have you noticed how nights seem longer? How thoughts you can't explain creep into your mind? That's not just imagination, it's preparation. If you felt it, I want you to comment right now, I feel it. Or simply write Amen. Because every time you say it, you're not just talking to me, you're declaring it to heaven. And those declarations will be remembered when the day arrives. Let me share something that happened just last week. A man from Texas sent me a message. He said he had never once left a comment on a video in his life, but something inside him pushed him to write Amen under one of these messages. The very next day, he received a phone call he had been waiting for, news that his son, who had been lost, was coming back home. Do you understand? Even a single word of faith can shake heaven and release miracles, and I believe the same can happen for you. That's why I urge you, don't just watch silently. Type your prayer, type your state, type Amen. Don't let this moment pass without leaving your mark, because silence is exactly what the enemy wants. Silence kills movements. Silence erases truth. But when you speak, when you declare, even in the smallest way, you ignite a fire that no darkness can extinguish. Now let's go deeper into what's at stake. August 30th will not be just a date on the calendar. It will be a line in the sand, before and after, light and shadow, obedience and rebellion, those who prepared and those who ignored. The Virgin has whispered this for decades, hidden in apparitions, scattered in dreams, carried in the hearts of the faithful. And now, for those with eyes to see and ears to hear, the signs are becoming clear. Look around you. The storms, the fires, the unrest, the division. It's not random. It's all part of the canvas on which heaven is painting. August 30th will be a brushstroke that changes the whole picture. And here's the truth. Most will miss it. They'll say, it was just another day. But you will know, because you're here, because you didn't scroll away, because because you dared to comment Amen. And on that day, when you feel the shift, you'll remember this moment and you'll whisper, I was warned. I was chosen. So let me ask you again, are you ready to be chosen? If yes, prove it. Comment, I'm ready below, because faith without action is incomplete. And even a comment can be the spark of obedience that heaven honors. The closer we get, the stronger the pull becomes. The world will try to distract you, to drown you in noise, to convince you that this is nothing. But heaven is not noise. Heaven is whisper, subtle yet undeniable. And the whisper is growing louder as August 30th approaches. You can feel it, can't you? The weight in the air, the tug at your spirit, the sense that something is about to break open. Hold on to that. Don't ignore it. Don't brush it off as emotion. That is the signature of prophecy pressing against time. And when it finally breaks through, you'll want to be on the side of those who prepared. So once more, let's build this chain. Write Amen. Write your state. Write one word of faith that comes to your heart. Because every word you write is like a stone in the foundation we are building together. And when the storm comes, foundations will matter. August 30th is almost here. The veil is trembling. The mystery is alive. And the revelation is closer than ever. Do you feel it? That pull in your chest, that trembling in your spirit? It's not just emotion, it's alignment. You've been guided here, not by chance, but by design. Out of millions of videos, millions of distractions, heaven placed this one in front of you. Why? Because you are meant to hear what others will not. We are standing at the edge of something that few even suspect. August 30th, 2025 is not simply a date, it is a turning point. And while the world sleeps, while people scroll through their phones, while they drown in noise, you are here, awake, listening, preparing. But let me pause here, because before we move further, I need you to do something. If you've stayed with me until now, write in the comments, I'm awake, or Amen, or simply your country. Let the world see where the faithful are rising. Imagine the map lighting up. Comments from Florida, Texas, California, New York, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, a chain of light across the globe. Each word a spark. Don't just consume this, be part of it, because this isn't just my voice, it's a call, and you are the answer. Let me take you inside what happens in the silence of prophecy. Before every revelation, heaven holds back, like a bow pulled tight. The tension grows, the silence deepens, and the waiting becomes almost unbearable. That's where we are now. The bow is drawn, the arrow ready, and on August 30th, it will be released. Do you know what that means? That means the atmosphere you feel right now is not imagination. It's the countdown. Every sleepless night, every whisper you hear in prayer, every sudden shiver down your spine, it's part of the preparation. And here's the truth. Those who mock will regret their words. Those who ignore will scramble too late. But those who believe, those who write even a simple Amen, will be marked by heaven. Because when the day comes, heaven will say, I saw you, I heard you, I counted you among the faithful. So let me ask you once more, will you stay silent or will you answer? If your heart is stirring right now, if your spirit is trembling, don't let it end with a thought. Put it into action. Comment, I believe, or write the name of your state, because faith grows when spoken, and as I look ahead, I can feel it. The revelation is near. It's so close I can almost touch it, but not yet, not here, because the moment we speak it, it will be sealed into your memory forever, and once spoken, there is no turning back. So I hold it for now, I guard it a little longer, because what is about to be revealed on August 30th is not something to take lightly. It is weighty, it is holy. It will change the way you see the days ahead. Stay with me. Don't leave, don't scroll away, because in the very next breath, in the next part of this message, the revelation will unfold, and those who are here, those who stayed until the end, will carry it like fire in their hearts. But before we step into it, I need you to write one last thing. Say, I'm ready in the comments, because when you write it, you're not just telling me, you're telling heaven. You're telling the Virgin, I am here. I'm listening. I'm ready. And with that, the moment comes closer. The silence grows sharper, the veil grows thinner, and in the next breath, the prophecy will be revealed. The moment has come. You've waited, you've prayed, you've written your amens and your words of faith in the comments. And now those words have reached heaven. The veil is trembling, the silence is breaking, and what was hidden must now be spoken. The Virgin's whisper about August 30th, 2025 is not about destruction for the sake of destruction. No, it is about purification. It is about a shaking so great that nothing false will remain standing. On that day, the world will feel a dual weight, fire and light. The fire will not just be physical, it will be spiritual, a cleansing flame that will sweep through nations, burning away lies, illusions, and corruption. But with the fire will come light, the light of truth, piercing into the darkest corners of hearts, governments, and even churches. This is the prophecy. August 30th, 2025 will mark the beginning of the great unveiling. Secrets long hidden will come out. Leaders will be exposed. Families will be shaken. The masks people wear will fall away, and every person will be faced with a choice: cling to the ashes of what was, or step into the purifying fire of God. Do you understand? This isn't just about the world, it's about you, because the fire will not only touch nations, it will touch souls. It will reach into your home, your heart, your hidden battles. And the question is, will you resist it, or will you let it cleanse you? Listen closely. The Virgin has said, "Do not fear the fire, for in its light my sun will shine." That means this is not punishment. It is mercy, a hard mercy, a painful mercy, but mercy nonetheless. So when August 30th arrives, don't run, don't hide, don't pretend you didn't hear this. Stand firm, stand with faith, stand with the Virgin. And when the fire comes, lift your hands and say, Amen. Because those who say it in faith will not be consumed, they will be renewed. Let me pause here and ask you, will you be one of those who stands? If yes, prove it now. Write in the comments, "I will stand," or simply, "Amen." Write your state, your country. Let heaven see the army rising from every corner of the earth, because here's the deeper truth. This prophecy was not meant for everyone. Most people will never hear it. They will go about their day on August 30th, blind to what is happening in the spiritual realm. But you are hearing it now. That means you are chosen. That means you are part of the remnant, the ones the Virgin trusts with this message. And if you are chosen, you cannot stay silent. Chosen people speak. Chosen people declare. Chosen people prepare others. That's why your comment matters. That's why your voice matters. You are not just watching, you are carrying the prophecy forward. So take this seriously. Mark the date, August 30th, 2025. The day of the unveiling, the day of the fire and the light, the day when truth will no longer hide. And remember, when the moment comes, those who prepared will not be afraid. They will shine. They will walk through the fire as witnesses, not victims. They will stand, and heaven will stand with them. And to you who stayed until this very moment, I say, you are not here by accident. The Virgin chose you to hear this. She chose you to carry this. And when you write Amen in the comments, you are sealing that calling over your life. So, my friend, are you ready? If you are, let your words be heard, not just in your heart, but here, now, for heaven to see. Type Amen. Type your country. Type I will stand, because August 30 is coming. The prophecy has been revealed, and you are part of it. Do you realize what just happened? You've walked with me through every shadow, every whisper, every sign, and now the prophecy has been spoken. But prophecy does not end with words, it begins with them. August 30th, 2025 has been placed before us like a flame in the darkness, and you have seen it before the rest of the world. That alone is not coincidence. That is calling. That is destiny. Think about it. Why you? Why now? Why did your heart pull you here when millions will scroll past, blind to the truth? It is because the Virgin has chosen her remnant, those who will listen, those who will prepare, those who will carry the message into the silence of their homes, into the trembling of their prayers. And you are one of them. But let me tell you something deeper. This prophecy is not only about what will happen on that date. It's about the choice you are making right now. Because prophecy is alive. It is not a dead letter carved in stone. It is breath, it is spirit, it is fire. And when you decide to engage with it, when you decide to say Amen out loud, when you write it in the comments for the whole world to see, you are no longer a spectator. You become a participant. You become marked. Let me ask you, have you written your Amen yet? Have you said where you're from? Imagine the power of that. 1,000 voices from across the earth, names of cities and countries filling the comments like a map of fire rising into the heavens. Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, Colombia, Texas, New York, California, Florida, all lighting up together as the faithful declare, we are here, we are awake, we believe. That is not just interaction, that is intercession. intercession, that is prophecy fulfilled in real time. So, if you haven't done it yet, do it now. Stop whatever else you're doing and type Amen. Type your city, type your country. Don't let this moment pass you by, because when you write it, heaven writes it too. And I want to take you into a secret that not many are ready to hear. Prophecies often hide inside other prophecies. The Virgin does not reveal everything at once. She speaks in layers. August 30th will be a revelation, yes, but it will also be the beginning of another countdown. A countdown to what? To something even greater, something even more decisive, something that will divide the world in two. But that will be for another day, another message. For now, we stand in the doorway of fire and light. Do you feel that trembling? That's not fear. That's your spirit recognizing the weight of what is coming. And let me remind you, those who laugh now will not laugh on that day. Those who ignore now will search desperately later. But you will remember. You will say, I heard it, I knew it, I prepared. And preparation is not just about prayer. It is about declaring. It is about speaking out. That's why I keep asking you to comment, not because of numbers or algorithms, but because every word you type becomes a testimony. It becomes a sign that when the fire comes, you were not silent. You lifted your voice. You left a mark. Let me whisper something to you. Heaven counts comments, not the way men do, not for vanity, but as witness. Each amen is a soul saying yes. Each I believe is a flag planted in the battlefield of faith. And the Virgin smiles when she sees her children not only listening, but responding, declaring, joining together across oceans and borders. So don't hold back. Say something, anything, even if it's just one word. Amen. Because silence is agreement with darkness, but declaration is alignment with light. Now, as we draw closer to the edge of this message, let me remind you again of what awaits on August 30th, 2025. A day of fire, a day of unveiling, a day when masks fall and truth stands naked before the world. And on that day, you will remember this moment. You will remember that you heard it before it happened, and you will remember that you were given the chance to prepare. But here is where it becomes even more personal. The fire will not only strike nations, it will strike hearts. The lies you've told yourself, the illusions you've carried, the shadows you've hidden, all will be tested in the flame. And if you let it, that fire will not destroy you but free you. It will burn away what is false and leave only what is true. That is the mercy of God. That is the promise of the Virgin. So don't be afraid, be ready, stand tall. When you wake up on August 30th, lift your hands and say, I am ready. And you will not be alone, because thousands of others who also watched, who also believed, who also typed their amen in faith will be doing the same across the earth. A global chorus, a silent fire rising into heaven. And let me say this to you as a friend, as a brother in this journey. Don't just watch, walk with us, stay connected. Subscribe to this channel, not as a number, but as part of this remnant, because every day new revelations are unfolding and you cannot afford to miss them. The Virgin is speaking and her voice is not bound to one day, one prophecy. She is guiding us step by step, preparing us for what's to come. And if you are here, you are meant to continue. So I ask you, will you walk with me? Will you stay until the next revelation? If yes, then prove it. Subscribe, share this video, leave your amen, and light the map of the earth with your faith. Let us create a chain of light so strong that even the darkness trembles, because this does not end here. August 30th is only the beginning. The fire will come, yes, but after the fire comes renewal. After the unveiling comes clarity. After the pain comes the glory. And those who remain faithful will not only survive, they will shine. So hold this close. Carry it like a flame in your heart, and do not let it go, because soon, very soon, the day will arrive, and everything we've spoken will unfold before your eyes. And when it does, remember this moment. Remember that you were not alone. Remember that you were chosen to hear, chosen to prepare, chosen to declare. The Virgin is with you, heaven is with you, and we, this family across the earth, are with you too. So my friend, the last question is this. Will you stand with us when the fire falls? If your answer is yes, type it now. Don't wait, don't think twice. Write amen. I will stand, I believe. Let the world know, let heaven know, let yourself know, because the prophecy has been revealed. The date is set, and the faithful are rising. This is only the beginning. It is almost impossible to put into words the weight of what many hearts are already sensing sensing as we move closer to the date that has been whispered in silence, prayed over in secret, and longed for in tears. The prophecy of August 30th, 2025 is not just another mark on the calendar, not just another day that passes unnoticed in the endless flow of time. It feels different. It feels heavier, almost as if every prayer, every candle lit, every amen whispered in the quiet of the night has been slowly weaving a path toward this exact moment. And yet, what lies behind that date has not been fully unveiled. Not yet. That's why I'm speaking to you now, not as a distant storyteller, but as a friend, sitting with you in this fragile hour, telling you something you already feel in your soul, but maybe haven't dared to put into words. When the Virgin chooses to speak, she doesn't do it for spectacle. She doesn't do it to spark curiosity alone. Her words are warnings, but also comfort, always drenched in both tenderness and urgency. And August 30th is being held in the hearts of those who believe as a day where the veil between heaven and earth may become thinner than ever before. Imagine for a moment a morning that looks like any other. The same sky, the same sun rising, yet the atmosphere is charged, almost vibrating, as if the world itself is holding its breath. Have you ever felt that strange silence before a storm, when even the birds stop singing, when time itself slows down? That is the kind of silence many mystics say will descend upon the earth before the first sign of what is to come. But here's the part that makes everything even more extraordinary. You and I are not just spectators in this story. No, we are living pieces of it. That's why I need you, right now, before we go deeper, to pause and write in the comments below one single word: Amen. Because every amen left in this space is like a small candle being lit, and together, thousands of candles push back the darkness that tries to suffocate hope. Don't underestimate it. Your comment may seem small, but it becomes part of a chain of light that surrounds us all, preparing us for the weight of the prophecy. So please, let me see it. Leave your amen, and if you want, tell me from which country or city you're watching. It matters more than you know. I can almost hear the whispers of those who lived through apparitions before us, those who stood in places like Fatima or Lourdes, those who saw the Virgin's tears, those who felt her presence like the warmth of a mother's embrace. They would tell you that she always speaks with purpose, that she never warns without also offering a way out, a thread of hope to cling to. And that's exactly what makes this coming date so mysterious, because it carries both the weight of warning and the promise of light. Some call it the day of separation, others the day of unveiling. But the truth is that no human mouth has been able to capture its full meaning. Only glimpses, only echoes, and maybe that is why you are here tonight, listening to these words. Not by accident, not by coincidence, but because something inside you knows this message is not just content on a screen. It's a call to stay awake, a call to look beyond the noise of the world and prepare your heart. Do you feel that same stirring inside your chest? If you do, don't keep it locked inside. Share it, write it, testify in the comments if you've ever had a dream, a vision, a sign that made you wonder if heaven was reaching out to you. Your story might be the confirmation someone else needs tonight. As I speak, I can almost feel the presence of thousands of souls, each of you in your own homes, maybe with headphones on, maybe with tears in your eyes, but all connected in this invisible thread that stretches across nations and languages. That's why I ask again, let's not be silent spectators. Let's be an echo. Type amen. Type your country. Type your prayer. Because when the prophecy finally unfolds, the ones who raised their voices, the ones who dared to say, I believe, will not be caught off guard. And while I could rush and tell you every detail now, I won't. Not because I want to hold back, but because I know that the timing of revelation is just as important as the revelation itself. You must walk with me, step by step, heart by heart, because in the slowness of this journey, in the waiting, your soul is being prepared. If you knew everything at once, it might not take root in you, but as we let the mystery stretch before us, something deeper happens. The anticipation transforms you. That's how heaven works. It reveals in whispers before it thunders. So let's walk a little further together. Think of this moment as standing at the edge of a forest. You can see the dark line of trees ahead, and you know there's a path, but the mist covers it. You're not allowed to see the end of the road yet, but you're invited to take the first step. That's where we are now, together, holding hands in faith, preparing daring to step into the mist of August 30th. What lies there will not just be history, it will be destiny. And so, as we continue walking deeper into this unseen forest of mystery, the air itself feels heavier, almost charged with something invisible yet undeniable. You know that feeling when you enter a church late at night, and even though the building is empty, there's a silence that almost speaks. That's the very same sensation many are already describing as they approach August 30th, 2025. It's as if creation itself is holding its breath, and yet the world outside keeps moving. Cars, screens, noise, distractions, but those who are awake feel it. There's a storm gathering on the horizon, a holy storm, not of destruction alone, but of revelation. But let me pause here and ask you again, are you awake, truly awake? Because only those with open eyes will notice the signs, and only those who dare to raise their voices will be counted among the prepared. That's why I urge you right now, don't just listen in silence. Be part of this living message. Write Amen below. Share your state, your country. If you are from Texas, write it. If you are from California, let us see it. If you are watching from Brazil, Mexico, the Philippines, Kenya, testify, because every comment is a way of saying, I am not asleep, I am watching, I am part of this movement of light. I cannot stress this enough. Your comment is not just for me, it's for the one scrolling down, reading, searching for a sign that they are not alone in this. Imagine someone feeling desperate, on the verge of giving up, stumbling on this very video, and the first thing they see is your amen shining like a small beacon. Do you see how powerful that is? Never underestimate the ripple your words can cause. Now, let's return to the signs. Some mystics, in hushed whispers, have said that before the prophecy reveals itself in fullness, the earth will echo with strange silences. Farmers will say animals behave oddly. Mothers will say their children dream of lights in the sky. Ordinary men and women will find tears welling up without knowing why. Perhaps you've already felt some of this. Have you? If so, don't hold it in. Share it. Write it below, because your voice, your testimony might be the missing puzzle piece someone else has been waiting for. And think of this. When the Virgin has spoken before, in places like Fatima, Medjugorje, Akita, she never chose the rich or the powerful to bear her words. No, she always picked the small, the hidden, the forgotten, children, farmers, nuns, the ones overlooked by society. That's how heaven works. And if August 30 is truly a day marked in the heavens, then it won't come dressed in glory for the eyes of the world. It will come clothed in simplicity, so that only the humble, the watchful, the prayerful will recognize it. Let me ask you something personal. Do you feel chosen? Not in pride, but in the quiet sense that you're living in times that matter, that your prayers are being counted, that your sacrifices are not invisible. If you do, I want you to write, right now, I am awake. 3 simple words. Write them below, and by doing so you declare not just to me, but to heaven itself that you are ready, that you are paying attention. Imagine thousands of comments, each one saying, I am awake. Do you see the power in that collective declaration? It becomes a chorus, an army of voices rising up against the tide of apathy and disbelief. There are those who mock prophecies, who laugh at signs, who say, where is your proof? But I tell you this, proof has never been the foundation of faith. Faith is the proof. Faith is the unseen hand that holds you steady when the world shakes. And when August 30th arrives, those who mocked will have no shield, because they never prepared their hearts. But you who listen, you who comment, you who testify, you are weaving a shield even now. Every amen is a brick in that wall of protection. Every prayer is a thread in that divine cloak. And don't think this is just about fear. No, fear is not the center here. Love is. A love so fierce that heaven bends toward earth to warn us. A love so tender that a mother's voice breaks through the noise of a world drowning in chaos. That is what this prophecy is wrapped in. Not terror, but a desperate, aching love that refuses to leave us blind. If you've ever felt that motherly presence, that soft whisper in the dark telling you not to give up, telling you to hold on, then you've already tasted what this prophecy carries. But here is where it gets even more intense. Some have said that in the days leading up to August 30th, the skies themselves may show strange colors. Not the reds of a sunset, not the greens of the aurora, but something else entirely, as if the heavens are cracking open just enough for us to glimpse the light beyond. Could it be true? Only time will tell. But when you see it, you'll know. You won't need anyone to explain it. And when you do, you'll remember these words. Do you see now why I don't reveal everything at once? Because the journey itself is part of the revelation. If you had all the answers in a single moment, you might forget them tomorrow. But walking slowly, hand in hand, each step imprints itself deeper on your soul. And as we approach the heart of this message, as we inch closer to August 30th, I promise you, the unveiling will not just shake you, it will change you. So stay with me. Don't leave. Keep listening. Keep praying. Keep commenting. Because the deeper we go, the more we need one another. And the closer we come to that hour, the more your amen, your testimony, your presence matters. We are not just an audience. We are a family being prepared for something the world will never understand until it's too late. And here we are, standing on the very edge of something that feels too great to put into words. You can almost sense it in your chest, that pounding rhythm that doesn't quite match your heartbeat, but seems to echo from somewhere deeper, somewhere beyond. It's not imagination, it's not drama, it's the pull of a moment that heaven itself has written long before we were even born. August 30th, 2025. Say it slowly. Let the weight of that date rest on your lips because it will not be forgotten. But pause with me, because if we rush into revelation, we lose its fire. Prophecies are like flames. If exposed too quickly, the wind can blow them out. But if you guard them, shield them, let them burn slow, they spread heat that no storm can extinguish. And so I ask you to stay with me here, not with impatience, but with readiness. Let every word carve a space in you so that when the moment comes, the revelation will not just touch you, it will transform you. Now, let me tell you something I've never shared before. There are people who have been quietly preparing for this day. They don't shout it, they don't post about it, but they are ready. Silent grandmothers praying in the corners of their homes, fathers waking up before dawn to kneel when no one sees, children who whisper Hail Mary before bed without knowing why their hearts feel so heavy. They are scattered across the world, in New York, in Texas, in the hills of Kentucky, in the deserts of Arizona, in tiny villages of Mexico and Peru, in the crowded streets of Los Angeles. They don't know each other's names, but heaven knows. They are the hidden army. And whether you realize it or not, by listening to this now, you are part of them. That is why your comment matters. Yes, it may seem small, just typing amen or I'm awake or even I'm watching from Florida, but in truth, every comment is like adding another candle to this invisible army's flame. Picture it, a digital wall of prayer rising in this very space, visible for anyone who dares scroll down. Strangers meeting in the silence of their hearts through your words. This is no accident. This is no coincidence. You were brought here to testify. Now signs. Have you noticed the world lately? Fires that cannot be contained, floods that arrive without warning, voices of leaders trembling as if they know something but cannot say it. Perhaps it is coincidence. Perhaps it is not. Perhaps it is all leading us toward August 30th, that invisible line where what is hidden collides with what can no longer be denied. And then there are the dreams. I know some of you watching have had them. The sky breaking, bells ringing when no church stands nearby, a woman clothed in light whispering words you cannot recall upon waking. Some of you have written to me already, confessing these visions with trembling hands. And I want you to know you are not crazy. You are not alone. These are the seeds of prophecy taking root in your very soul. If you've had them, write it below. If you've never dared to share, now is your time. Don't let fear silence you, because your dream might be the missing proof someone else has been begging heaven for. Let me ask you something. What if this prophecy is not only about what will happen in the skies, but about what must happen inside us? What if the shaking of the earth, the trembling of nations, is just a reflection of the battle already raging within our hearts? Think about it. The Virgin has always warned us, not so much about disasters, but about the danger of forgetting God, of turning our eyes away from love, of surrendering to the cold machines of pride and greed. Could August 30th be the day when heaven finally draws a line saying, enough? And if so, where will you stand? Not just in words, not just in prayers whispered once a week, but in life, in every heartbeat, in every choice. Because prophecy is not meant to scare us, it's meant to wake us up. Wake up to the truth that time is shorter than we believe. Wake up to the urgency of love, the urgency of forgiveness, the urgency of returning home before the door is shut. But still, I will not reveal it all yet. Not because I want to torment you, but because revelation must must arrive like a rising dawn, slowly, steadily, until the light itself blinds you with its fullness. You are not here by chance. You are here because heaven wanted you to hear these words before the day arrives. And when the moment comes, you will remember that you were prepared, that you were chosen to know, to watch, to testify. Stay with me a little longer. The next breath we take together will bring us even closer to the heart of it. August 30th is not waiting. It is rushing toward us like a tide, and we have only a few steps left before we stand in its waters. And when we do, when the prophecy finally unveils, nothing will ever look the same again. The moment has come. For so long we have walked through the shadows of signs, through whispers of what might be, through dreams that felt half real and warnings written across the storms of our times. And yet everything has been pointing here to this day, August 30th, 2025. No more holding back, no more delay. The veil is lifting, and those who have ears to hear, let them hear. The prophecy is this: on August 30th, 2025, the heavens will mark the beginning of purification. It will not be a single explosion, not just a comet streaking across the sky, not just fire falling to earth. It will be something deeper, something no telescope can capture, something no scientist can predict. The Virgin spoke of a dual fire, one seen in the skies, one burning in human hearts. On that day, the world will witness a celestial sign so undeniable that even the hardest skeptic will be shaken. But at the very same moment, millions will feel an interior fire, consciences illuminated, secrets exposed, sins remembered, hearts pierced as if by light itself. Yes, that is what she warned. Not destruction for its own sake, not punishment without mercy, but illumination. Imagine every soul on earth, for a brief and unbearable moment, seeing itself as heaven sees it. Every thought, every choice, every act brought into light. Some will fall on their knees in tears, finally crying out, "Amen, forgive me, Lord." Others will scream and hide, unable to bear truth's brightness. And you, listening right now, you will remember these words, and you will know this was not madness, this was not imagination, this was prophecy fulfilled. But it will not end there, for what is revealed must be answered. The Virgin said, those who embrace the light, those who cry yes in that moment, will find mercy flowing like a river, washing their hearts, giving them strength to endure what comes after. Those who resist, those who turn away, will harden like stone, and when the storms of judgment rise, they will not stand. That is why we are here, to be ready, to not waste the mercy when it arrives. Think of it, a whole world pausing, seeing itself naked before God. It will be terrifying, yes, but it will also be the greatest act of love heaven has ever poured upon humanity since the cross itself. A chance, a warning, a last open door. That is August 30th, 2025. That is the day written in heaven's calendar. Now I turn to you, my friend. Do not just watch this like a story. You are part of it. Your decision matters. Your amen in the comments is not just a word. It is a signature before heaven. Write it. Testify. Say where you are from. Let the world know that in Florida, in California, in New York, in Texas, in Ohio, in Mexico, in Colombia, in Argentina, in Chile, in Spain, someone was awake, someone was listening, someone was ready. Do not scroll away without leaving that mark. The scroll of heaven records hearts, but the scroll of earth records words. Leave yours and more. Share what you felt while hearing this. Did your heart tremble? Did you remember a dream? Did tears come without reason? Write it. Someone else will read your comment and realize they are not alone. This is how we form a chain of light across states, across nations, across every barrier the world tries to build. A chain of prayer, a chain of faith, a chain of souls that cannot be broken. I will tell you one last secret. Those who arrive at the end of prophecy are the ones chosen to carry it. You could have clicked away. You could have distracted yourself, but you stayed. That means heaven is giving you responsibility, not to fear, not to hide, but to spread. Speak this to your children. Whisper it to your spouse. Tell your neighbors when the moment feels right, because when August 30th comes, they will remember that you warned them, and they will thank you for eternity. And so, my friend, this is where the words fall silent and the choice begins. August 30th, 2025 is no longer a mystery. It is a promise, a warning, a gift. And now heaven looks at you, not me, not anyone else. You. What will you do? Will you kneel now and whisper amen? Will you forgive someone before for that day? Will you let light break the chains still gripping your soul? The answer is yours and yours alone. But know this, you are not alone. Thousands are here right now, listening with you, typing Amen, typing I'm ready, typing Lord, I trust you. Let your words join theirs. Let your soul join theirs. And together, when the fire falls on August 30th, you will not burn in terror, you will burn in love.